Exploring the abandoned Shell factory in Woodlands, Singapore Industrial History Tour. Singapore, if you find yourself strolling along the Woodlands Waterfront Promenade, the northernmost point of Singapore, you might catch a glimpse of towering green industrial tanks peeking through the lush greenery. This intriguing sight is just a hint of the secrets that lie behind the dense foliage, where a sprawling 5-hectare plot of land, roughly the size of 12 football pitches, houses an abandoned factory, quietly locked away from the world. Once a vibrant hub of activity, the complex known as the former Shell Woodlands North Lube oil blending plant played a pivotal role during Singapore's industrial boom in the 1960s. For someone like me, who rarely ventures into Woodlands except for the occasional trip across the causeway, this site was previously off my radar. However, an invitation from Hidden Heritage Singapore, a local tour operator, opened the gates to this hidden gem. Run by the dynamic husband and wife team, Stanley Cheah, a heritage tour curator, and Amanda Cheong, a bank officer, the Industrial Relics and Wartime Secrets Tour, 3.5 hours, $98 per person, offers a unique glimpse into the plant, where remnants of Shell's vintage machinery still linger. The tour also includes visits to the grounds of a former mental institution, View Road Hospital, and Singapore's first and only refugee camp, Hawkins Road Refugee Camp. Shell relocated to Tuas, launching its new lubricants plant on November 1, 2017, leaving the old facility largely intact as upgraded machinery rendered the previous equipment obsolete. The opportunity to run this tour came unexpectedly for the couple. Initially, they sought permission from the Singapore Land Authority, SLA, to hold their wedding at the abandoned old Changi Hospital but were turned down. Instead, SLA suggested the Woodlands North plant, which had been vacant for about 6 years. They celebrated their goth-themed wedding there in March 2023 and later requested to host tours, leading to the birth of Hidden Heritage Singapore in August 2024. While the National Archives of Singapore holds a collection of historical photographs of the factory, much of its past remains shrouded in mystery. Intrigued by its significance to Singapore's industrial history and its future, I decided to spend a Saturday morning exploring the forgotten walls of this once thriving plant. A powerhouse past. Inaugurated in 1963 by then Finance Minister Goh Keng Swee, the factory was a cornerstone of Singapore's strategic growth in the petrochemical sector, solidifying the nation's role as a production and export hub for lucrative oil products that significantly contributed to its GDP. At its peak, the plant's state-of-the-art machinery produced over 200 million liters of lubricants and greases annually. Today, the Tuas plant boasts advanced automation, capable of producing up to 430 million liters of similar products each year. Yet, to the untrained eye, the old factory appears as a daunting maze of metal pipes, with gigantic steel vats lurking in dimly lit corners, coated in dust and grease. During the tour, Stanley and Amanda take turns sharing vivid stories of the factory's heyday, painting a picture of bustling activity and camaraderie among workers. Large empty drums would be sorted via conveyor belts, where employees would use stencils to label each drum before they were filled with oils or lubricants, Stanley explains to the captivated group of around 20 participants. In an upper floor room, amidst cobwebs and rows of metal file cabinets, 2 scuffed helmets labeled with employee names rest atop switch boxes. These are just some of the remnants left behind from the move, Amanda points out, highlighting the echoes of life that once filled the now silent factory. Despite the rich stories shared during the tour, I found myself with lingering questions. What once occupied the factory surroundings? What does the future hold for this land? To delve deeper into its history, I reached out to Mr. Jerome Lim, a heritage enthusiast behind the Long and Winding Road blog, which explores Singapore's forgotten places. Old maps tell a huge story, he shares. There used to be a naval base stretching from Sembawang Park to the causeway, right next to the blending factory. Before World War II, this vast naval base was crucial to Britain's military ambitions, aiming to make Singapore the Gibraltar of the East. After most British troops withdrew in 1971, Malaysian naval forces continued to use parts of the base until 1997, when it was fully vacated and redeveloped into leisure areas. The Shell blending plant, located just outside the naval base's boundary, benefited from existing infrastructure, including a jetty believed to be a remnant from the British era.